Hi everybody, Mrs. Drake here with the clarinet. We're going to be doing Book 1, Lesson 10. Book 1, Lesson 10. I hope you've already warmed up with your 5-note scale. Please warm up with your 5-note scale. And before we get to Lesson 10, I'd like to flip back to page 15. Everybody flip back to page 15. And I'd like to warm up with number 2, the one called Flexibility. Everybody flip to page 15, the second song, the one called Flexibility. It's kind of just an easy warm up. So everybody find a D. It starts on D. D, F, A, that's beat. Song number 2, Flexibility. 1, 2, ready. So that's a nice warm up there. Okay, now flip over to lesson 10. Okay, so some new things on this page. And the first one goes with song 1. It's called the pickup note. So everybody, lesson 10. So song number 1, do you notice it's 4/4? Should have 4 beats in every measure. But if you look at the very, very first measure, you'll see there's only 1 beat in that measure, 1 note, a G. And that's called a pickup note. So it's called a pickup note. So some songs start like that. It's very, very commonly used to start on an incomplete measure. So this song has 1 beat in its first measure. And usually when it starts on a pickup note, the last measure is incomplete also, but together they would add up to 4. So you notice this first measure has 1 beat, and this last measure has 3 beats. So it does equal, mathematically, it does equal the right number of beats. So it's very, very commonly used. Pickup notes are very commonly used. Okay, so to lead off this song, I'll lead it with 1, 2, 3, and then you hit the G on beat 4 and continue to play through the song. So everybody, lesson 10, song 1, warm up the first 2 notes. Warm up a G and a C. Okay, so I'm going to lead it with 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember, it's going too fast for you. You can just lay your clarinet on your shoulder and just move your fingers, see if you can keep up. But as you get more experience, I hope you try to play along with me. I like to skip number 2. I don't care for how it's written. I find it kind of confusing. So let's just skip number 2. Okay, jump down to number 3, slurs. Slurs. So the curvy lines underneath the music means to link it all in one breath. So you flick your tongue on the first one, but then you don't flick your tongue on the other ones, and you just slide from note to note, and it's called slur. So on song 3, the first measure is C, D, E, F in a slur. So everybody warm up the first 4 notes. Try that. Okay, look ahead. In the third measure, there's a B, and I hope you realize that it's B with middle finger. It's called B natural. There's a B natural in measure 3, and the natural sign looks like this. So you got to know your own mind. Do you think you want to draw a natural sign to remind yourself to play it with middle, or you could write the word middle? But it's okay with me if you write reminders in your music. It's better than playing a wrong note. So if you want to write reminders in your music, it's totally okay with me. Okay, so song 3. I'm going to do all the slurs. If you have never practiced song 3 yet, I encourage you to try it without the slurs first. Leave off the slurs first. It makes it much easier, and you can get your fingers under control and get the rhythms figured out. But if you've already practiced it a few times, I encourage you to try to play the slurs. Or remember, of course, you could lay it on your shoulder and just practice moving your fingers. Okay, song number 3. Everybody warm up the first measure. Remember, breathe in, clear off your spit. Song 3. 1, 2, ready. sound scalish. Okay, song 4. No slurs. But new note. Look way over here on the 7th measure, F, and it has that strange marking by it. It kind of looks like a hashtag. But in music, it's called a sharp sign. So the name of that note is F sharp. F sharp. Whenever you see that crisscross tic-tac-toe hashtag thing in music, we call it sharp. It's a sharp sign. So that note is called F sharp. On a piano, the sharps and the flats are the black keys. The white keys are the regular notes. Okay, so you know how regular F is thumb. On that song, that particular F, that one F, they want you to play it in the F sharp position. F sharp is first finger with no thumb. So first finger pushed down on the hole, and that's it. Try it. It should sound like this. Everybody try F sharp. The sound of an F sharp is halfway between an F and a G. So I'm going to do F, F sharp, G, and you'll see these 3 notes are 3 notes in a row. Try it. F, F sharp, G. Okay, on song number 4, the B is going to be middle finger B. I'm looking in the 2nd measure, there's a B. I drew a natural sign. Do you trust yourself to remember to do it with middle finger? Again, feel free to write reminders. And then again, in the 7th measure, you have to do in the F sharp position. There is another F. In measure 4, there's a regular F. That F will be regular F. But when you hit the measure 7, when it has that sharp sign, remember to play it in the F sharp position. Song number 4 starts on a C. Everybody find a C? Song number 4. 1, 2, ready, go. All right. Song number 5, A Waltz for Grandpa. Scan through it. No F sharps. No B's. This one's kind of easy. Everybody find a G, song 5. Song number 5. Ready, get set, go. Now song 6, Sad Walk. Okay, this one's more challenging. Look through it. Do you see the F's are marked as F sharp? Notice that the F's are marked as F sharp. Okay, I want to point out something else to remind you. See over here how this goes G, F sharp, G, F? Since it's in the same measure, they like to save ink, and that one is also to be played as F sharp. So if one is marked as F sharp, it means all those in that, from that to the end of the measure, have to be played as F sharp. So that's F sharp, and so is that one. In fact, as you look through the song, all the Fs, there's only 3 of them, all 3 have to be played as F sharp. Okay? All right, so also look, do you see that there's some high B flats? We haven't played high B flat at all yet. There's a high B flat there. So there's 4 high B flats in this song. And I want to remind you how to play high B flat. High B flat is the high A key, and then you take your thumb and put it on the long skinny key and leave the hole open. The skinny key is called the register key. So it's the A key and the register key, and that's it. It creates high B flat. Try it. Try some high B flats. Okay. So song number 6, kind of challenging. Song number 6. It has some high B flats. It has some F sharps. Challenging little song. Everybody warm up, G. Song 6. 1, 2, ready, go. bottom. Big old bear. Big old bear. Okay, this one uses some repeat signs. I want to remind you about those. Let me find my pencil here. I like to draw wings on repeat signs. Wings are the extra little lines that brighten them. Okay, so take a look at song 7. See these extra lines I drew? I call them wings. And it has first ending and second ending. It has first ending and second ending. Remember, it has to do with the repeat. So the first time you play the first ending, then you go back, and then the second time you play the second ending instead. Okay, this one has a pickup note also. Remember from song 1? See how that G is all by itself in a measure? So that means the last measure, and you see it does add up mathematically. 1 beat in the first measure, 3 beats in the last measure, so that does add up to 4. Okay, it's not included in the repeat sign. The pickup note is not included in the repeat sign. So you start at the beginning, you play along, you play the first ending. You bounce back to the C, not the G is not included in the repeat. So then you start at the C and then you play it again, and that time you play the 2 instead of the 1. So it ends up being kind of a long song. There's some slurs. The first time through, when you play it, feel free to leave off the slurs. It does make it easier if you leave off the slurs. But if you feel like you got your fingers under control, try to do the slurs. There's some F sharps. There's a high B flat down at measure 9. There's a high B flat in measure 9. That 9 in the box means it's the 9th measure. First ending, second ending. So it's a challenging song. So remember, you might want to lay your clarinet mouthpiece on your shoulder and just move your fingers and see if you can keep up with me the first few times. Again, you can leave the slurs off. That makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to do the slurs, and that's your goal eventually, to get the slurs. Okay, breathe in clear off your spit. Warm up the first 2 notes, G, C. All right, I'm going to lead it off with 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, everybody get ready? 1, 2, 3. That was Big Old Bear. Okay, that was lesson 10. See you next time.